Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Maria, and I'm here at the Mount Airy branch of Carroll County Public Library. And if you look around me, you might figure out what we are going to talk about today in our story and sensory time program. If you guessed bugs, you are right. Welcome, friends. Today we are going to read and talk and sing about bugs. Bugs! What fun little creatures! Now's the time of year that we start to actually see some bugs outside. Are there some bugs that you see in your yard or maybe when you go to a park? Yeah. When we do see bugs, they're usually doing things like us. They might be looking for a snack, they might be enjoying some sunshine, or they might just be doing their jobs. Bugs have different jobs in nature. Did you know that? Do you have jobs in your home? Oh, yeah. I like to work on that too. Well, that's something that we all have in common, friends. And some people love bugs. Some people love to watch them and study them. And some friends might feel a little bit afraid of bugs. And that's okay too. But today, we are going to make bugs fun. So, all right, friends. So let's get started. Let's wake up our hands a little bit with a song that probably many of you already know. It's the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Yeah, you want to sing with me? Let's get your hands out. Ready? The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain. The itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Yay, friends! That's been a popular song since I was your age. So that's always fun to sing, and it's always fun to wake up our hands, right? Yeah. All right, friends, so I have a couple of books here. We actually, at the library, we have a lot of books about bugs. We have books that have facts about bugs, kind of like this one, and we have books that have stories about bugs, kind of like this one. So I'm going to share a little bit from both kinds, but if you ever want to borrow books about bugs, we are now open for browsing. You can come on in and have a look around with your grown-up. The first book I would like to share just a little bit from today is called Some Bugs, and it's written by Angela Dietrich-Lizzie, and it's illustrated by Brendan Wenzel. And I love this book. It's rhyming, which if you know me is one of my favorite types of books, and it has a lot of action words in it. So if you want to do some actions along with the bugs, that would be great. Some bugs. Some bugs sting. You might not want to sting. Some bugs bite. Can you go like this? How do you bite your food? Yep. Some bugs stink. Have you ever met a stink bug? Yeah. And some bugs fight. You pretend that you're a bug fighting? Yeah. Some bugs do fight. Some bugs flutter. What's that one? That's one of my favorites. Yes, a butterfly. Good. Some bugs crawl. Can you pretend to crawl? Good. Let's see. Some bugs curl up in a ball. Friends, can you curl up really tight into a ball and see how small you can get? Like our bug friends? Wow. And up. Wow, we're getting some nice stretches in today. Let's see. Some bugs hop. Can you do a hop for me? Good. Some bugs glide. Some bugs swim. You swim? Good. And some bugs hide. Can you hide? Peek. Peek. Do you like to hide and play peekaboo? I do. This is a good page. Some bugs build, I bet you build too. Some bugs make. Some bugs hunt. And some bugs take. Have you ever seen little ants taking away pieces of food or crumbs of food? I have, and that's actually really fun to watch. It's surprising how big some of the food pieces are that they can carry away. All right, friends, very nice. Thank you for reading with me today. All right, friends, I have a quick game called If You Were a Bug. And if you'd like, you can play along with me. It's actually a very fun game. It starts off like this. If you were a bug, I would give you a hug. Can you give yourselves a big hug from me? Good. If you were a, let's see what's next. If you were a cat, I would give you a pat. That's right, I would give you a pat. Good. If you were a pup, I would pick you up. Yay. And if you were a baby, I would do all three. So hug, pat, and pick up. Let's try that quickly one more time. Ready? If you were a bug, I'd give you a hug. Good. If you were a cat, I'd give you a, do you remember? Pat. Good. And if you were a pup, I would pick you up. If you were a baby, I would do all three. Yay! Yay, friends! Thank you very much for playing along with me. All right, friends, moving on to our last book I'm going to talk about. And this is a nonfiction book, which means this has facts. And you can tell the difference between a storybook and a nonfiction book because the nonfiction books have little numbers on the side. And your grown-ups can help you with those. But this book is super cool. It's called Bugs A to Z. It's a scholastic book, and it's written by Caroline Lawton. But I love this book because not only does it have the ABCs, but for each letter, the book has at least one bug to talk about with a picture and a really cool fact. So I picked out 3 of my favorite super cool facts, and I'm going to share them with you. So the first one I picked is, I told you earlier, one of my favorites is a butterfly. A butterfly. And the fun fact about a butterfly is butterflies taste food with their feet. Can you imagine? A butterfly sucks its food through a tube that unrolls from its head. That is super cool. Can you imagine tasting food with your feet? Wow. The second one I chose, which I think these are super cute, is an inchworm. And the fun fact is that an inchworm are not worms at all. They're actually caterpillars. And I read more about the inchworms, and they're not named an inch because they're an inch long. They're actually really much smaller than that. They're called an inchworm because of the way they kind of inch along. And you remember that movement, friends, because I have a little song to sing with you at the end. And the one last bug I wanted to share with you, I did not know this bug existed until I read this book. Can you see this bug? That is called a rhinoceros beetle. That is so cool. Do you think it looks like a rhinoceros? It certainly does. And this says that rhinoceros beetles are some of the strongest insects on the planet. I think that's super cool. I was not sure if we had any in the United States, and we do. They like to live in the southern states in the warmer climates. That is so cool. Maybe I'll meet one someday. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about bugs. So remember when I told you to remember the wiggle worm motion? We're going to sing a song, and it has some wiggle worms in it. So if you can get your 2 pointer fingers and pretend that they are worms, we are going to sing a song with worms, and then we're going to sing the same song with worm families. We're going to wake up all of our hands, and this is great finger exercise. This is great fine motor exercise. But for now, we just need, your pointer finger worms. And it goes like this. Wiggle, 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 worms, wiggling all around. Wiggle here and wiggle there, wiggle in the ground. Good. And the other part goes, dig, dig, digging worms, digging all around. Digging here and digging there, digging in the ground. Good. Now get your family of worms out and give them a wiggle. Doesn't that feel good to stretch your hands and your fingers? It sure does for me. All right, friends, ready? Wiggle, 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 worms wiggling all around. Look at those worms. Wiggle here and wiggle there, wiggle in the ground. And do you remember what was next? Yep. Dig, dig, digging worms, digging all around. Digging here and digging there, digging in the ground. Very good, friends. So that's a song that you can sing anytime with your grown-ups. Even maybe in the car, you could get your worm hands going, or maybe in the bathtub. That's a super fun and easy song to remember and to play. All right, friends, so the last part of our program is always one of my favorite parts, and that's where I give you some ideas for a sensory bin that you can make at home with your grown-ups. So because we have bugs, one fun idea, friends, and grown-ups, this would just involve you picking up some coffee beans, some whole coffee beans. So it really smells good in here. That's one good thing for a sensory bin, are the smells. But all I had here were some plastic bugs and then a couple scoops. And so your little ones would have a lot of fun digging around for bugs and maybe moving them or maybe burying them in your pretend dirt. Yeah, it sounds so fun and it feels really neat on your hands. And just a quick reminder why we love sensory bins. Children, they learn by manipulating things, and sensory bins are great because they experience and learn through not only sight, but the sounds and the feels, and oftentimes the smells. And when they are learning with that many avenues, it wakes up a lot of different parts of their brain, and we love that. All right, friends, you can always get creative. You can get creative with things that you have at home, and maybe you could figure out your own type of sensory bin to make with bugs. And this is not really a sensory bin, but it's a quick idea that I had seen and I wanted to share with you. And it's just some Play-Doh that I flattened. And if you happen to have a plastic bug or a plastic really anything, I have a plastic ant here. If you smash it into the Play-Doh, which is also a good sensory activity for little fingers, when you remove your toy or your bug, it makes a really cool imprint. And this opens up a lot of opportunities for guessing games and all kinds of fun play with grown-ups and kiddos together. So, all right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed today as much as I have. I hope you get to enjoy some beautiful weather, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.